this is Scott and Lisa, and we're going to be touring their house today. Let me just tell you a little bit about them. They moved here from California. Lisa actually grew up in this area. She knows it well. She was a child here, so she's Italian. She speaks Italian. You know, she's very at home here, which is nice. And they renovated an olive mill. And we're gonna hear the entire story of it because the story is so incredibly interesting that I had to share it with you guys.
Grapes in hand, looking up. Endless wine fills our cup. Draped in fine, couldn't close. Always hair, skin brown. Music played, the fist began.
How did you find this place?
How did we find that? That's a great question because originally we started working with our geometra and we wanted something that was a little different. We like open space, we like tall ceilings. So after our geometra went away for the afternoon, we literally walked every street in the village and we noticed there's quite a few abandoned buildings. Every village has them, and I think that's really the way to find, you know, that real gem or that deal that's still undiscovered, that's gonna fit our needs.
So their message is go around with a real estate agent, but don't, you know, forget that I always say everything in Italy is for sale. I mean, essentially you can ask and say, is this for sale?
So originally this building was the ancient olive mill built in 1446 by the Malaspinas for the Bagnone castle on the hill. There was massive mill wheels in here, there were presses, there was machinery in here that I don't even know what it did. The big challenge was getting all that removed, getting back to a blank slate, and then revealing the walls as we did the construction. We had no idea that these were stone walls. They were plastered over, there was meat hooks. Apparently previous owners had hung wild boar and deer in here and cleaned them. So it was pretty rustic typical, when we first saw it.
I mean, the most interesting thing about this house to me is the floor plan and the functionality. So tell us about your home.
When we originally saw this, it was plastered over, things were hanging, literally chickens hanging, you know, on the hooks. We really couldn't see all of the walls, but as we started doing the construction, removing all of this plaster, revealing this stone, it's like, yeah, let's keep doing that.
Well, the ceilings are amazing. I mean, they're like fantasy.
Yeah. And then as we got into this room, originally where this bathroom is, this was the top of an elevator that took materials down to the lower press on the floor below. So there was a giant hole in the ground there. These were the original front doors which went to the street. And so we had our iron guy take them and clean them all up, put in new glass, and use this as a room divider. I call this a medieval modern. So
medieval modern, new term, love that. Write that down, medieval modern. I love that.
To modern.
One of the things I thought was really clever that they did was to take into consideration the space, the light, what the functionality can be. This is brilliant because they did their TV room here, and this is the darkest room that they have in the house. And so if you're watching TV or you have a theater room, that's perfect. The other thing that I noticed is that the materials that they've picked to really love on, like the metal doors, are really fantastic. Like the tile floors, to me, they're affordable tile, but what they've done is they've enlarged them, which makes them look more expensive. And they know all these little tricks. When I first came over, I said to Lisa, I said, ooh, you know all the tricks, because a lot of the lighting is not super expensive, but it's very tastefully selected. And then she went with her theme, which is sort of modern, industrial, medieval, but didn't overdo it. Like, it's not like, oh God, this looks like a Olive Garden. You know, it's like, oh God, this looks like chic, sort of California mixed with medieval, mixed with beautiful Italian craftsmen. So it's got a great vibe. So when you're thinking about buying a house and you see the space, you have to sort of take into account the vibe of the place, which I think you did beautifully. You both did really beautifully. It was complimenti, as we say. All right, well, let's go into the kitchen area, which is one of my favorite rooms. I really lost my shit when I saw this place. I mean, I was like, yes, let me film this.
what we've tried to do in this kitchen is use all local craftsmanship. Everyone's from Bagnone. The tiles are from Bagnone. Our kitchen person is from Bagnone. Our bathroom person is from Bagnone, as well as our electrician. So trying to keep the local feel, we really scoured the neighborhood. One thing that we did find was this marble top sitting in a parking lot. We bought this from a local restaurateur for 200 euros.
It had been outside for 3 years and somebody else had tagged it.
So they bought this, and the cute thing about this is they weren't going to sell it to them. They would rather let it just sit out in the alleyway covered in graffiti than sell it. So they had to promise that they would keep it in Bagnone because this was their nonna's.
Yes.
And so she said, don't worry, it's going to be right here in
Stay.
Bagnone's. Now, one of the coolest things I've ever seen is this. I like really lost it when I saw this.
So silly.
This is what she stores her knives in. I've never seen this. So it's just rice. What, this was like $1.50.
Oh, it's like $1.50. My
right.
right, what, two for, I mean, it's like $5. All it was excuse me, €5.
The whole thing, right. And I mean, this is brilliant. I mean, it's like a great DIY. In fact, I would take a picture and send it to Better Homes and Gardens today, because I think they should put this in the magazine. So tell us about some of your garbage finds.
Okay,
Yeah.
this
is one.
Okay, one. That, the Mocarabia sign, that was.
And you lit it up.
Yes. So it was double-faced.
Okay.
And we found it on the side of the road on garbage. You know how they have the once a month garbage day
Yeah,
where
we gotta
everybody
talk about that, because
Okay.
we
Bring
gotta
out
go
all
on a
of your
dive
big
together.
things
for sure.
to be thrown
We
away.
gotta go on a garbage dive
Yeah,
together.
I love the once a month garbage dive. So this was out in front of a bar, and the backside was broken. So we pick it up, we drive to Aperitivo, we go into the parking lot, he runs in and buys a screwdriver, we take it all apart, we take the broken part back to the garbage spot that we picked it up from, and brought that home, and he put a light behind it.
Same thing with the boar's head. This is our national mascot here in Toscana.
Cingales.
Cingale. So that was another item that someone had bought a house and was going to throw it away. It's
A little creeped out
no,
by
no,
that,
no, we
so-
need that.
I love him.
And these carboys, these big glass jugs.
These are just the side of the road. I mean, in America, you would pay,
Oh,
you know,
$150?
upwards. Yeah, I was gonna say $250
Yeah.
for one
Yeah,
of those.
depending
And
where you
here,
are, yeah.
literally, if you drive around, they're on the side of the road. People are like throwing them out.
Yesterday, we saw
So-
how many, what, about 10 on the
So
side
about
of the
10
road.
on the side of the road, just down outside of Bagnone.
I mean, you could fill
Yeah.
a room with them.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So they have a guest room as well.
We added this wall and to make the bedroom bigger. The wall was much further over. This room was massive, so we figured we'll make the bedroom a little bit bigger. Yeah, so we put a little pocket door.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is the downstairs.
Yes.
It's quite cool,
So
literally and figuratively.
we call this the flex room because we really we don't know what we're doing with it.
I
so
like it. It's like
just-
a landing pad. I don't think you have to
Exactly.
do anything with
Exactly.
it, actually. Tell us about the ladder.
The ladder we found in our garden, and it was left, and I just sanded it a bit and
You know what's
clear coated
weird
it.
is I have a really neat metal ladder, and it's outside. I feel like I should now bring it inside.
need to.
I'm going to do it because
Do
of
it.
you. It's going to be my ode to Lisa ladder.
I want the Lisa ladder. I
The
wanna
Lisa
call
ladder.
that.
Okay, it's the
Okay,
Lisa ladder.
okay.
This does it for me.
Try to keep obviously as much of the original parts here.
So one of the things I do want to point out is that the lighting choices, like this light, for example, it's a nod to this being a warehouse space without being like over the top. And everywhere you look, they've picked out these sort of, a nod to industrial, but they've also mixed it with some more sophisticated pieces and more very traditional Italian pieces. I mean, I think they've done that perfectly. And, I never say that, as you know. I am a very negative person.
Wow. How much did you pay her?
Always criticizing. But this is perfect.
I
as far
think
as I'm
Scott
concerned.
paid her. I think he paid her.
No, it's true. I mean, when I came here, I was like, oh yeah, I'm so filming this for my YouTube channel. It's so good. All right, follow
Okay.
us into the bedroom.
Follow him to the bed,
Right.
to the boudoir.
To the boudoir.
To the boudoir.
So this is a very big big bedroom.
It is. Again, though, it was the space was here, and as we thought about it, what would we do? Cut it into 2 small rooms? It didn't make sense.
We really wanted to leave that industrial feel here by leaving all the cogs and the wheels, because the little room behind that door was the engine room, and that's where the water wheel was. They came from that big wheel to this wheel with the band, back to this wheel, and then the oil came down through these brass fittings over the bed.
Again, this is to me, super visionary. You know, living with the things that were already here, seeing the beauty in industrial things. The other thing I really think is cool is that the river's right outside their window, and that is the water source for the engine room. I mean, it's like living in the 14th century and the 21st century. It's very, very cool. It's the mix and the match. Their bathroom is amazing. So let's go in and tell us a little bit about your bathroom and the functionality of your bathroom. I love the bathroom. The bathroom is very...
Love the bathroom.
Bathroom's cool. We're going to have a disco dance rave in their shower.
This was originally the bottom of the elevator shaft that had the crashed elevator cart in it.
So the bathroom's above it.
So
That's
the
the other
bathroom's
thing to
above
think
it.
about is all the plumbing is together, right?
Which is exactly...
And these are the things you have to think about when you're going into these old renovations or these warehouses or you know, barns or whatever. That's going to save you money, time, effort.
Yep.
If you kind of stack all the bathrooms around each other.
So vanities, tiles for the wall, tiles for the floor, all of that was from the local bath shop here.
Really tried to keep everything as local as we could.
That's cool.
Because we want to be part of the community and support the community.
Right, and I think that's really important that when you move to a small town in Italy, that it's important that it's a great way to get to know people because you get to buy from their store. And it's a great way to be part of the community, which is very important. How long did it take you to do this project?
Actually, this went quickly. We started in May and finished in December.
There you go. But here's the key. They make quick decisions. They have a good geometry. They have a vision of where they want to put things. They listened to their geometry. They didn't try to second guess him when he said, you know, we should stack the bathrooms. I'm sure that was a discussion. Absolutely. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money.
No, he knew what he was doing.
And it's important you understand that this is an ancient building and your geometry knows how to build things in an ancient building.
Exactly.
Where we don't. We're from America, drywall central. Those are the things. Listen to your geometry. Have a vision. Be realistic. And use all local vendors, really, really important. And that's what they did. And the outcome is this absolutely gorgeous space that I would move into tomorrow. Thanks guys so much for coming to watch. If you've gotten this far, don't forget to
like
and subscribe.
Thank you, Lisa and Scott. This has been super fun, and I hope you love their house as much as I do, and I hope your dreams come true and you get to buy your house in Italy. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao for now.
Music play, the fist begin.